Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to the MLS All-Stars versus the Liga MX All-Stars, the 2026 MLS All Star Game. Superestrella de la MLS contra Superestrella de la Liga MX. La Partido de las Superestrellas de la MLS. Here we are, about to get going in Charlotte. I think even after 7 o'clock, it'll take them till about 7:15 to actually get started because, of course, that's what they're going to do, falderall and bullshit. We all know this. Probably lost some money with those rain delays last night as well, so probably a little bit more falderall and bullshit than we all expect. Either way. Okay, that sounds good. How we doing, Rory? With that being said, let's get this going. Starting 11s are as follows for MLS. In goal, Matt Freese. The back four of Anthony Markanich, Tim Ream, Lucas Harrington. Of course, the guy who missed the penalty for Australia in the World Cup. But at least he gets to play the MLS All-Star Game. Steven Moreira played the World Cup for Cape Verde. Yep. Went to the round of 32 as well. Good for him. Midfield three, Carles Gil, Yannick Bright, Hani Mukhtar. The attacking midfield, or the front three, Julian Hall, Human Son, playing striker, and captain, man's washed, but okay. And Phillip from the Chicago Fire. Richie Laryea on the bench, and he gets his number 22. All right, good. They'll all play on the bench, of course. Starting 11 for Liga MX. In goal, Carlos Acevedo. The back four, Willardita, Bruno Mendes, Jesus Garza, Jesus Gallardo. The midfield three, Eric Lira. We have Luis Gabriel Rey, Elias Montiel, and the front three of Juan Bruneta, Robert Morales, and Alexi Dominguez. So that's what we got there. Harrington's a big target for Euro teams. Yeah, Liverpool and some others. Well, good for him. I mean, it sucks that Guido Pizarro quit Tigres. I don't. All this played out probably during the World Cup. I ain't paid attention enough to. All I know is Guido Pizarro quit, and Correa ended up moving. That's all I know. I can't really give you an informed take. Feels like this might be the end of Tigres as we know them, though. Feels like this might be the end of the Tigres as we know them. Guido Pizarro was that last link, and Gignac was that last link to the Tuca era. And they tried to keep that going as long as they could, that ethos, but it's gone. So my thoughts are they might be screwed. They might be completely screwed now. Okay. He is a good center back. I just had to take the I wouldn't say it's a shot, but yeah, it was unfair, wasn't it, to say he missed the penalty. I mean, it's true, but yeah, it was unfair to say he missed the penalty at the World Cup. It's true, but it's unfair at the same time. He is a very good center back, though. Just don't put him on penalties. Then again, you would have thought, hey, he played in frickin' MLS Next Pro. They should know how to take penalties considering the draw. After a draw, you have a penalty shootout for the extra point. You would think, hey, let's throw it out there, I can't say they were dumb. Didn't play out the way they wanted it to. Also, Leagues Cup, but I don't think he's ever played the Leagues Cup. So either way, Skills Challenge was weird this year. Yeah, but I liked the format, though. It was weird, but I liked the format. I enjoyed the way it was done, where everybody won, or the winner of each competition won a trophy. Player to watch for MLS, Heung-min Son. 10 assists this season. In MLS, how many goals does he have? Like, what, 3? Did you see what he did at the skills challenge? Yeah, but he's the player to watch because he's the captain. Yeah, but they still won more. No. Juan Bruneta, the Liga MX All-Stars, player to watch. All-Star MVP from 2024. The one Mexico won big. The rest of these Liga MX MLS All-Star games, MLS have won. They're 3-1 in these All-Star games. 2 penalty shootout wins, a outright win last year, and loss in 2024. And, of course, in 2023, it was Arsenal that they played. And they got their asses whipped. But that doesn't count because that counts for the European tally record. But they did get their asses whipped by Arsenal in the interim before they brought this back, which I don't know why they got rid of it. Well, I mean, if they could do it in New York, I guess they could do it at a minor league baseball park as well. Come on, that was easy. Come on, the New York shot was easy. I'll be back in a second. Hold on. Okay, we're back. My friends at Yankee Stadium to see Wrexham versus Liverpool. I see the Yankee Stadium grounds crew installed new grass in the outfield as was previously destroyed by the Jay-Z concert earlier. Well, yeah, that tracks. Hey, they pulled off an All-Star Skills Challenge in a baseball stadium, so I'll give them props. I just want to make a freaking NYCFC joke. Yeah, but I guess I don't know why they did it, actually. It's not like Charlotte was a World Cup stadium, and it's not like they haven't got their stadium back. I don't know, really. Maybe I'm honestly kind of surprised. Like, they wanted to sell less tickets to an All-Star Skills Challenge. I don't know. I don't know why they did it. Okay. Yeah. And people are... Gianni Infantino's given football associations until 19th of September to back his plan to sell off part of FIFA to a private investor with $40 million incentive to accept. A letter is revealed. I mean, Jesus, man. I'm surprised CONCACAF came out against Infantino, to be honest. I'm not surprised UEFA did. I feel like this might end Infantino. This might be what ends him as FIFA president. Dude's been getting greedy as shit. And people are calling him out on it, and I think this might be the last straw. Even CONCACAF's on his ass. They don't even like this thing. Which, if CONCACAF doesn't like this thing, shows you how screwed he might be. Because you know damn well half those Caribbean confederations probably vote for it just for the extra money. Or you would have thought, and turns out, no, CONCACAF's pissed at it. But yeah, I guess that's cool. Steve Smith in the house. Yep, former Carolina Panthers legend there. Because it's in Carolina, Charlotte. In the same stadium he used to play in. Go figure. So, that's cool. Is MLS... I guess MLS is growing. But here we go. All-Star Game about to start, about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Because of course it is. Either way. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing? I just don't think they would do it because here's the thing. If you're going to do Pro Rel, maybe USL Championship versus USL Premier would work, but I feel like MLS All-Star Game is more because it's MLS. I don't think USL's ever really wanted to be an American league. As in, it is American, but I don't think they want to run like an American league, even before the Pro Rel. I think they've wanted to run like a grassroots football league like Europe. I really believe that. Europeans don't do all-star games. The closest thing you get are those retirement testimonials and Legends games. And besides, I don't see the USL bringing a team over from Europe, sort of like the MLS used to. Which it's weird that the MLS for a long time did do the European friendly, like they played a European team during the All-Star Game, when All-Star Games aren't Europeans' thing, but whatever, They probably looked at it like, hey, that's match time, and MLS looked at it like, hey, here's how to get them all together type thing, I guess. But then again, didn't Australian do that? Australia do that once, like an A-League All-Star team or something? And I guess Saudi did against PSG, which was really just Messi or Al Hilal and Al Nassr teaming up, but pretty much either way, I don't see it. How we doing, Connor? I really don't see it, though. I mean, it looks like that upper bowl is all unsold. It looks like that upper bowl is empty when they did the whole stadium shot. I would think there'd be at least some people in that upper bowl if there were people in there. So, Looks like there will be seats unsold. And there's a TIFO that MLS gave out. Thanks, world. We'll take it from here. That is the most uncool shit ever. MLS gave the Charlotte Ultras a TIFO to roll out. Made by MLS. That is the most uncool shit ever. MLS, my God. That is so uncool. Like, I get it's your marketing slogan, but oh my God, they made shirts with it. And it's Toronto fans holding those shirts. I'm disappointed. I'm actually disappointed. Oh, God. I don't know what's more embarrassing, the TIFO or the shirts. I don't know what's more embarrassing. How we doing, Henry? Well, of course it is. The risk of injury is too great for the European teams. Didn't stop them from doing it until, 2019, and then you add in 2023. 2019, and then that one-off in 2023 when Arsenal came over playing the MLS All-Stars. But yeah, at this point, I agree. Oh, the teams are going to walk out now. Great. We're about 5-6 minutes away from kickoff. MLS wearing the blue jerseys with the claw marks and the pink jerseys for Liga MX. 6 minutes to kick off. Yeah, the baseball stadium was actually more of a sellout than this game. Of course. They couldn't even give nosebleed tickets to be cheap. Oh, and guess what? There's a halftime show, by the way. Ciara, Russell Wilson's wife. I'm done with the baseball jokes. I have no reason to. Oh, they're actually putting the country and origin patches back on the players on the MLS jersey. Wait, are they doing the everybody walks out thing? Oh, my God. I thought we were done with this. Does Xabi want him, or is this a Blue Co thing? Oh, they actually put him on the Liga MX jerseys as well. Oh, well, there you go. And they're all walking out and doing the anthem World Cup style. I kind of wanted this to stay with a World Cup, but whatever. Now, this might be the last MLS All-Star game in the summer. Because God only knows how they're going to do the MLS All-Star game. Will they do it to springboard into the second half of the season in a hot venue like LA or Miami or Orlando? Or will they do it before the next season starts, in August, before the new season would start? Of the last year's All-Stars. Honoring the last year's All-Stars and using it as a springboard for the new season. I thought Waller's promo was pretty good, yeah. Either way. So we'll see what happens with the MLS All-Star Game. I think they would keep it. It's American sport. They're going to keep the All-Star Game. The question is the two things that make sense is January, early February, before the second half of the season starts, in a warm weather city, not on the same weekend as the Super Bowl. That's all I ask. Week after. Or the weekend before the new season starts, honoring the All-Stars of the past season. Well, I guess next year it's going to be a summer one anyway. But, yeah, if Xabi wants him, yes. Which it looks like that's the case, so. You know they're not going to do that. It's an American sports league that acts like an American sports league. Just because they flip the schedule to be more like Europe, and it's really just, we could sell players to Europe. Which you've already been doing, by the way. AKA, we want Miami to get more warm weather games, even though it's always warm in Miami. AKA, we want to send the northern teams to Miami during the winter or whatever. People will come to Miami games no matter when they're held. Hell, I'll tell you something. I bet Miami's away games, more likely than not, will be in August, September, October, March, April, May. Or April and May. I guarantee you. Just watch. Same thing with LA. I guarantee you. Just watch. Gold Cup final next year is going to be at the Azteca. Because MLS has to do their fall-to-all and bullshit. It's always been this way. Trust me, I hate it. Even more after an international tournament when every game starts on time. Even the Gold Cup. Well, no, the Gold Cup kind of does the fall-to-all and bullshit too. But Copa America, they started when it said. World Cup starts when it says. Euros starts when it says. Says what it does on the tin. MLS, though, Champions Cup, they're not as slow, I would say. Champions Cup, at least, does what it says on the tin. Maybe a couple of minutes off, but rarely. But, yeah, I heard the rumors that Mexico's going to host the Gold Cup. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when it's announced. They're still doing the Nations League finals in the USA. All of the rounds. All of the final series in the USA. Even for the Caribbean teams in League C. So, yeah. Sure, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay. And the anthems are finished. Damn. I hate it more after an international trophy. Okay, so Charlotte actually has a real tifo too. Good. I was like, what? They just gonna hold up that shitty MLS tifo all night? Okay. No. Shaking hands and we're about to get ready. But I always hated it, the MLS being slow to kick off, but especially after a tournament like the World Cup. All lineups, MLS, Matt Freese in goal, the back four, starting back four. Of course, everybody will play. Markanich, Ream, Harrington, Moreira. Yannick Bright, defensive midfielder. They're playing one CDM. Okay, that's genius. Attacking midfield, Hani Mukhtar, Carles Heel, Philip. Julian Holland's son up top. That's actually pretty nice. That's a good deal. I don't know why. He's getting old, one. Second of all, he might be a locker room cancer. Rubiel Vasquez, the center ref tonight. Could be worse. Could be better, but could be worse. Could be better, could be worse. David Barry, the VAR referee. I don't think Rubiel is bad as some other pro referees. He's not the best, but he's not the worst. He's acceptable. Mexico, starting 11. Carlos Acevedo, goalie. Back four. Jesus Gallardo, Luis Gabriel Rey, Willardita, Bruno Mendez, Jesus Garza, Elias Montiel, Eric Lira. Attacking midfield or forwards, Juan Brunetta, Robert Morales, Alexi Dominguez. I'm ready to see how the sprint season plays out, you know. It's going to be sad to see MLS have one more winter MLS Cup. But it'll be nice to see how a May MLS Cup kind of looks. Because, of course, the sprint season's going to finish where a regular new calendar season's going to finish. It's going to be weird to call the reigning champions for 6 months, though. Unless they go back-to-back. We'll see what happens. But it's very interesting to see a Apertura Clausura style season to play out in MLS. I guess this season's the Apertura technically, and then the Sprint's the Clausura-ish. I guess. They'll do everything to make sure Miami goes back to back. You mean back to back to back? The way they played without Messi, though, makes me wonder. Well, I mean, the only thing you have to worry about if you're a Miami fan is if the Pirate isn't called. Well, okay, Nashville's actually pretty good, too, but Miami will find a way. I'm not saying Nashville's going to roll over, but Nashville's not good enough to overcome being screwed. Swashbuckling football, you can't. Well, I guess they could call. Well, I don't know. I mean, we could just overrun Casemiro. I'm sure he'll cough it up. And we're off. Here we go. 0-0, settle. MLS jerseys are awesome. I do love the jerseys this year. Hell, I like the Mexico jerseys too. I would buy a Richie Laryea MLS All-Stars jersey. Because he's there. Because our boy Richie Laryea is playing. Let's go. That's why I'm wearing the Toronto jersey. I don't know what well, Messi ain't here either, so. I don't know what I'd be wearing if I don't have an Orlando jersey, damn it. Because MLS will let Miami do whatever the hell they want. It's like the old LA Galaxy. You really think the old LA Galaxy followed the salary cap? If you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. And I got oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you if you believe the old Galaxy with Beckham followed the salary cap. It's the same shit they did when the Galaxy had Beckham. Ironically enough, who owns Miami? David Beckham. Miami are the ones who get the rules bent for them, if not outright broken. But nobody can say anything because Miami's the play toy, right? And it looks, I mean, seriously. And, I mean, it's not even quiet. It's not blatant, but it's not quiet. You're telling me they could get Casemiro, Rodrigo de Paul, Messi, Suarez, Berterame, all at the same time. And Dane St. Clair as a free agent. And Reguilon. Ball crossed in. Shot, MLS, blocked away. But didn't the Galaxy have the hammer dropped on them when they did that? Just like Miami when the Matuidi thing happened? Different set of rules. See, Miami couldn't do what they do now pre-Messi because they didn't have Messi. Galaxy couldn't do what they did with Beckham post-Beckham because they didn't have Beckham. See, the rules are different when you have a world GOAT level star playing for your team. And ironically enough, that first world GOAT now has the second playing for him. I don't know if I could call David Beckham a GOAT, but he was very famous. Partially because of Posh, partially because his free kicks. I guess Beckham was the first Holland. I guess. Sort of. I guess. I mean, Beckham was good, don't get me wrong, but he was never Messi or Cristiano, and he was never Ronaldinho, but Beckham was very marketable, so to speak. He was like the first Holland. Yeah, we'll go with that. Who was more of a midfielder, but you got my point. Lol. Do you think USL could hold a UEFA Super Cup style All-Star game with the League One, League Two All-Stars facing the USL Championship All-Stars for a trophy? No. Because again, it's a league, or it's an open league system, where it will be when the USL Premier is around. Closest thing you'll get to interleague USL matches is Open Cup or the USL Cup, I think. And playoffs, probably. Depending if they do it German style. Like, third bottom team plays third top team of each division or whatever. 404, ball cleared away. And I don't even know if USL League 2 will have promotion relegation because, again, it's kind of a weird, like, is it just one championship premier or is it 2-1 championship premier? Like, I'm not sure. Liga MX is playing forward. I'm not too sure because either way. Playing forward. Dominguez, oh my God. Shot. Cleared away by MLS. 5 minutes in. Has the game started? Yes. Good to see Yannick Bright starting. He's not the same metronome as Boosie or slightly prime Casemiro, but he's a player every other MLS team would love to have on their team. He'd start on every other MLS team. I believe that. Even if, I hate to say it. Well, actually, no. I would rather have Yannick Bright over Dorsch. I would. Now, would I rather have him over Cifuentes? Yes. Davy Flores? No. But would I rather have Yannick Bright over Cifuentes or Dorsch? Yes. I would not bench Coelho for him. I wouldn't do it. But that's just me. But you could play them both as a dual 6, and I think that would work, which is kind of what Miami does sometimes. But he would start for any other MLS team. Whether as a single number 6 or in the pivot, he would start for any other all the time, unless he's hurt. He would. 0-0. But that's just my opinion. But Miami is Miami, so he won't. But anybody else, he would. I think so. Imagine if we saw MLS All-Stars versus non-All-Stars match that would feed families as the snubs would come to scrap. That would be pretty fun, too. Which, MLS All-Stars versus the Joes. You can't be that mean to them. Be like the MLS All-Stars versus the MLS Hard Workers or something. White-collar MLS versus blue-collar MLS. Something like that, you know? Or MLS All-Stars versus the blue-collar MLS players. Yeah, something like that. It's 0-0, 7 minutes. Same. Yeah. I think what you take away from his passing, you add with his size and speed and movement compared to Boosie or even Casemiro, I think. Which is why, I mean, if Toronto had him, I know it won't happen, but just, thought experiment. A guy like Yannick Bright has the movement that Coelho doesn't exactly have, but Coelho has the passing that Yannick doesn't have. Ball crossed in. Liga MX brings it down. 0-0. 8 minutes in. That's a foul. Liga MX free kick. Should be pretty good. Bryce Mendez in a Crew jersey should be pretty good. He'll get pulled at like 30 minutes. Everybody plays. He'll get pulled at like 30 minutes doing nothing. So he's been horrible, though. I think Laurent probably would have the same feeling. Yep, as long as Canada wins, all they have to do is draw in the final match day and they win the group. As long as Canada wins, all they got to do is draw in the final match day. Just don't lose. And Honduras don't look that good. So as long as we win tonight, ball crossed in, header, save, no, goal. It's off the hands of Friesen in. And it's Alexi Dominguez. 1-0 to Liga MX. Honestly, not surprised. That was, I think it was. No, it was Ray. No, it was actually Luis Gabriel Ray. My bad. Header in. Freeze, you suck. Can we stinker and hook him too? Can we stinker and hook him too? Good run, though. Oh, yeah. I'm sure of that. Hell, I'd rather have Schwake than Freeze. He's also on the roster, by the way. Brian Schwake, the man who won in Azteca, the man who made save after save after save in the Champions Cup, beat Messi. Dude. Yeah, give me Brian Schwake all day. Hell, give me Crepeau. Hell, I'd rather see both. Well, you're going to see both of them. But at least we're not ending with Freeze. 1-0 to Liga MX. If it's tied after 90, we go to penalties. Straight after the 90. Which, corner for MLS. MLS starters are getting worked. Honestly, Liga MX has looked better up until that goal. I'm going to be real. Ball crossed in. Goalie was defending from inside his goal. This is the same goalie that froze during the World Cup against Belgium. By the way, I almost forgot. If you're a goalie, tend the goal. Yeah, you're cooked. And y'all made the playoffs, so you have to play the Leagues Cup. You're cooked. And he's also struggling against Belgian players who aren't that good. I'd say the Mexican players are better. Or the Liga MX players are better than that Belgium team. That Belgium team was just angry. Matt Freeze is cooked. He's broken. Hans Vanaken broke him. Hey, man, if you're a goalie, tend the goal. That's what happens when, oh, yeah, Dean Smith is coaching this game for the MLS All-Stars. Sometimes in All-Star games, having a shitty manager like Dean Smith who doesn't do anything but park the bus works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes having the managers with a structure doesn't work because they have to learn how to play that structure. Remember when Wilfried Nancy managed against Liga MX and it looked like utter shit because he tried to actually have the guys play his system? When the only guys who were in that squad that knew how to play his system were the Montreal players and the Columbus players? So maybe having Dean Smith won't be a disaster, but he is a shitty manager. But who cares, you know? It's on Apple TV as always. How we doing, Risklander? But that quality is old as shit. I believe they were more angry than quality in that U.S. game. And Senegal choked like a bunch. They had a lot of belief because of the Senegal choke job, and Son runs right into a defender. Good job, you washed up. Turco Mohamed is going to absolutely manhandle Dean Smith as a manager. Unless, well, Turco Mohamed's system is not too crazy like, I don't know, Wilfried Nancy's. I mean, it's a system. It's not parking the bus, but anybody could get it, comparatively. Headed away. You know. Dean Smith has no system. Park the bus. Play Brexit football. Simple as. North FC. Simple as. We could really use Messi out here. Yeah, here's the problem. He has to take a month break before he actually plays again, even though he was training today. Isn't that against the rules? Isn't that against the rules? He was in Miami training today. What? Isn't that against the rules? And they put it on video on their Instagram. He was in training. Is he supposed to take a freaking 4-week break? Hell, Rodrigo de Paul was probably in training too. I didn't see that, but either way. Honestly, yeah. 1-0 to Liga MX, yes. MLS has honestly looked like the second best team. Liga MX looks better. Liga MX is better right now. to be honest. In my opinion, but MLS, can they come back? Hey, look at that number. If I did the Canada game, well, that number, that's still a little bit better than the freaking Canada game would be, probably. That shit hit like 20. Oh, wait, that's only I can see that number in the corner. Peak viewers hit like 20, 18, 20 viewers at a time on this. Point is, more people want to watch the All-Star game and hear about the All-Star game than a Canada U20 game. So, I've taken enough L's. I've had enough flops over the past month because I got screwed over by the YouTube algorithm. Because for some reason, like, I get more views on a Toronto stream than a World Cup stream. For some reason, I get more views on a freaking All-Star Skills Challenge stream than a freaking World Cup stream. They legitimately screwed me over. I don't care. Well, they screwed other people over too. At the back with Liga MX defensively, they pass it forward. So either way, I can't really afford any more flops. The MLS All-Star Game isn't a flop so far, at least views-wise. For MLS, it is a flop, though. Free kick and header by Ray. Morera let him blow past him. Ugh. Damn. Dude saved his great defending for Cape Verde. If Canada qualifies for the World Cup, will you do the U20 World Cup? Yeah. I will do the Olympics if they qualify for the Olympics. Pan Ams, I don't even know how I could watch that tournament. U20 World Cup next year? Sure. I mean, I did the frickin' USA games last year and some Morocco games and all that in Mexico. So, I mean, we've already crossed that Rubicon. So, yes, I will. Even if I have to be up at like 5 in the morning to do it. So, there we go. I don't know where it's going to be playing forward. But I'll do the U20 World Cup next year with Canada in it. I guess August, September of next year probably. Something like that. If we're going by how it was last year, September, October. Playing forward, Liga MX. Here's a chance. Good defense by Harrington. Okay, maybe he is a good center back. Okay, not bad. Ball crossed in, headed away. But yes, since we've crossed that Rubicon, Harrington's the only one playing well. So far, I agree. Playing forward, Phillip. Good pass. They got to get one back here. They got to. Here's the chance to get one back. Top of the box. In through. Hani Mukhtar loses it. Son! Right into a Liga MX defender. Oh, my God. Get his washed up ass out of here. What the hell? Yes. Well, I don't know if they'll play there, but it's worth a shot. If I knew Canada was going to play at City Park, women's or men's, I'd sign up to it too. Well, I mean, that's a good point, but the women will qualify. All they got to do is win, 2 games to qualify for the Olympics? Playing forward. Ball crossed in. Son has it at his feet again. Shot, save. Rebound and defended away. Mukhtar over the bar. Well, at least Mukhtar tried. Like, if Canada was going to play, because I know City Park is one of the Olympic venues for football, men's and women's. If I knew Canada's U20s or U23s, or Canada's women's team was going to play there, I'd sign up for Olympic football tickets. I don't think they'd be that much, would they? I guess. Either way. If only Son could have scored. He's washed up. They're getting chances. Well, at least they're starting to wake up. At least they're starting to play better. Playing forward. I think MLS is starting to play better. Is it good enough? No, but they're starting to play better and get chances. But they started behind the 8 ball for sure. That was a horrible pass. But they get the ball back. Jesus, Sage. Come on, son, if you don't put this one away. Colin Cooks. He scored! He scored! Human Son scores! Nutmegs the keeper. And it's a tie game. Tie ball game. 1-1. It took him 5 chances, and he might be washed, but at least he scored that one. Still probably needs to get hooked, but whatever. 1-1. Sonny! 1-1. Oh, we didn't even finish that out. Ray was in the 9th minute. 0-1. What a shot. Nutmeg the keeper, and it's in. Well, it was under the hands. He had to close that lane down, and he got him. Acevedo came out way too far. Son at least has a little bit of quality left. Not that he's really shown it recently, but 20th minute, 1-1. Made a perfect run. Let's see if it stands. No. Have you... Is Salah going to MLS? Yes, and it counts. It's a tie game. Well, at least it's tied. MLS, a washed son is the best player in MLS? Are you forgetting Messi exists? You do realize Messi carried that shitty Argentina team to a World Cup final. Well, okay, him and the referees. But on the field, Messi carried that shitty Argentina team to a final. What did Son do in the World Cup? Remind me. Oh, he got grouped. Playing forward. Messi is the best player on this team right now because Messi isn't there. Yeah, Son's the best player. Yeah. Because Messi isn't there because of the month-long rule. Son got grouped. When Messi couldn't do anything in the final because Argentina chose to play UFC instead of football, they certainly didn't look like a top team. Ball down. Can they cross it in? Shot! Goal! 2 goals for Son. Okay, maybe he's... 2-1. Scores off the cross, and the MLS have the lead. Well, okay, we were worried about nothing. (2-1). Carles Gil creates the play, passes it to Son, and MLS leads. Yeah, that's definitely more Carles Gil. But hey, at least Son can finish one across the box. Easier finish than the other one. Good pass by Carles Gil, though. Boom, boom. Keeper was way on the other side, and that's all you need. Perfect pass by Carles Gil. That was way more Carles Gil, but we'll take it. 2-1 MLS. 2-1 MLS. 23rd minute. Well, okay. At least when Son gets subbed off, it won't be a stinker and hooked. 2 goals, I think, out. I think 2 goals clears out a stinker and hooked, doesn't it? I think we can all agree on that, right? MLS woke up and came back and took the lead out of nowhere. Gave Liga MX a little bit of a false sense of security, and then boom. They wake up, and then 2 goals in 3 minutes. Okay. Carles Heel with 2 assists, by the way. 2-1, 24th minute. If it's tied after 90, we go to penalties to decide who wins the All-Star game. I don't think they play extra time in an All-Star game. I don't think they would do that. They didn't do it the last time. There was a time we went to penalties. Of course, that was a couple of years ago when, you know, COVID took away a lot of extra time ideals. Or why are 2 Tigres players playing? No wonder they're losing. Juan Bruneta's a good player. What do you mean? Juan Bruneta is a good player. And Willardita. Oh, he's Cruz Azul. My bad. Oh, Garza. Okay, Garza, he might be washed. Oh, he's only 26? I thought he was around longer than that. Feels like he's been around longer than that. Freeze makes the save. Bruneta is a good... Either way, whatever. Liverpool's playing Wrexham in New York? Yes. Oh, wait, you're a Monterrey fan. Oh, I forgot. Oh, you're a Monterrey fan. I forgot. Oh, yeah, that's why. That's why. That's why. Let's see, who you got? Iker Fimbres? I think that's about it. You got Iker Fimbres. That's it. Oh, that's it. One guy. That's it. You got one player. Iker Fimbres. That's it. Tigres got like, what, 4? Ball crossed in, headed away. Let's see. America got 2 on right now. Gorehan is a 3rd. Okay, 3. But 3 versus 1. Either way. But hey, at least Toronto got an all-star too, so I'm happy. I'm kind of surprised it was Richie, but, you know, Richie deserves it. As a token of goodwill. Remember that time where Raheem Edwards was leading the vote? During the fan vote for like that 1 week, he was leading the vote. At what, right back or something? Remember when that happened? This year, I was like, wow. I was kind of rooting for him. Like, really? We can't get him in there either? I'm sure he didn't fall off that much. That shows TFC fans are better than Jays fans. I mean, I love Raheem, don't get me wrong, good player. But TFC is a garbage team. I'm just glad we have an all-star for the first time in 2 years. Yeah. Can't wait till Richie plays. That's out for a corner kick. Moreira puts it out for a corner. I would say, I think more teams try to copy Pep. Not tiki-taka, but what Man City's doing, I think more teams try to copy what Man City and Pep was doing. So, Pep style. Pep style of football. Pep Man City, not tiki-taka. I mean, for a while it was tiki-taka, but then Pep innovated at Man City. I do think there are teams that like the Gegenpress, try to be like Klopp, but that's really just Red Bull. I don't even know if Liverpool, I mean, we'll see what they do with Iraola. They might try to be more like Klopp. I wouldn't say Slot's teams were like Klopp's, but they weren't like Pep's either. Playing backwards. Oh, bad giveaway, bad giveaway, bad giveaway. Ball crossed in, top of the box. Lira lays it off. Ball crossed in. Header save. Matt Freeze. I mean, they were making an effort while the MLS weren't doing a damn thing for like the first 20 minutes or first 18 minutes. They look like they're not now. I don't know why they wouldn't protect their lead, but either way, it's not Pep style, it's Barca Johan Cruyff style. See, Pep style began as a continuation of Johan Cruyff, total football, adding the tiki-taka. But when he got to Man City, Bayern, but especially Man City, he definitely innovated. It wasn't just tiki-taka Johan Cruyff anymore. It became its own thing. But yeah, it has its roots in Johan Cruyff and tiki-taka, but then Pep added other things and innovated even more. But most people follow Pep's example nowadays, it seems to me, if you're not playing park the bus, Brexit football. It's either follow Klopp, follow Pep, or play park the bus style. Pep style's closer to Bielsa than Cruyff. Yeah, I would believe that. Markinich, Cross. Oh, almost. Oh, damn. So close. I feel like he kind of, at Man City, kind of married them both together, so to speak. That's like the best way to put it. I'd say I'm more of a take Jesse Marsch, Red Bull, and Jurgen Klopp and just turn it up to 11 with a couple of different tweaks. You would see the resemblance, but it would also look different. It would also look brand new and innovative, but it would look more innovative. And it would look more swashbuckling, but I would think the roots are in gegenpressing and Red Bull and Klopp. Maybe throwing in the total football from Cruyff in there as well. Basically, what I'm saying is you take gegenpressing and you marry it with total football. You throw in good possession work. You throw in high octane, high killer instinct players. Chaos. Wingbacks. I like the wingbacks, Conte and Xabi Alonso style. You also throw in wingbacks, yes, and positional rotation, which sort of leads to wingbacks, sort of, adding the positional rotation, even if it's set up as a 4-3-3. Kind of leads to wingbacks, but, you know, also, yes, a lot of positional rotation, yes. Yes. Relentlessness, even more relentless than a gegenpress. You add total football, you add positional rotation, you add Cruyffian-isms, you add wingbacks, you add killer instinct and tough tackling. I agree. And there you go. He's been even having his striker start offside and instead have the long balls played to wingers, so they're supporting possible attacks and counterattacks as the winger runs far upfield. Okay, that's genius. Pluck that too. Might pluck that too. And it's a water break in the 33rd minute. It's too risky. Fair enough. Ooh. That's tough. That's tough. 2011 Messi versus 2023 Haaland. That's pretty much what you're choosing between. Ooh. Ooh. And it looks like Son's going to come off for Westwood. Son's coming off for Westwood. So we have the water break and subs. Oh, man. I want to go with the unpopular answer. I feel like 2023 Man City. Barca were a more dominant team, I think, than that Man City. But that Man City was dominant and also was able to have a golden horseshoe stuck up their ass. They were able to come back and they were dominant at the same time. I don't think that Barcelona had that. And besides, Erling Haaland was scoring at a crazy clip, even more than what you would see him score now. Like, he was scoring at an inhuman clip. He got fed the ball, he's scoring. Hall, Son, and Heel off for Surridge, Guilherme, and Pep Biel. I'm sure there's more subs, though. Give me 23 Man City. I'm going to go 23 Man City over 2011 Barca. Just because of the fact that Man City always found a way back. They were dominant, but they also found a way back. Bright, Freeze, and Moreira off for Westwood, Schweik, and Nahar. Yeah, I would go. Oh, wait, there will be less subs for Liga MX because they have a shorter bench because, like, half their players didn't even want to play. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. So 6 subs for MLS. Yeah, but I got to go with 23 Man City. The fact they had that comeback ability while still being dominant, maybe as dominant as that Barca team, and the fact that if Haaland ever got the ball in the 18-yard box, 12 yards, 14 yards, he was going to score, especially that season. I mean, he's still the same way, but even more inhumane or non-human scoring clip. Like, he was actually scoring at a freaking Bundesliga Dortmund clip that year. He still scores at a crazy clip. I'm not saying he doesn't. But that Haaland, 23 Haaland, yeah, no, that man scored every game, it seemed like. '23 Man City for simply destroying a way better Madrid, who were current UCL champs in 2011. Barcelona, who also destroyed a Men Madrid, also lost that Copa del Rey final to Madrid. Fair enough. But I'm just going off the fact that Haaland would at least have scored a brace. Yeah, Son's a cool dude. He seems like a cool guy. Good player to be around. Good locker room presence. Good captain. Never said anything against that, even to this day. I just think he's losing physical ability very quickly. Like, he's falling off a cliff hard. Like, I mean, or at least it seems like he's falling off a cliff hard. Because that first half season in MLS was amazing. Surridge. Going forward, it's Surridge. Still Surridge. Still has the ball. Surridge! Just past the post. This season, so far, pre-World Cup especially, and during the World Cup, was not great. He did score, what, a brace? In one of his, well, he scored a brace today, but didn't he score a brace in one of his first games back for LAFC after the break? So maybe he's back on track, but like the first 6 months of this year, pre-World Cup and going in, he only scored, what, 3 goals? 4 goals? All competitions, club and country, 4 goals. And it was Open Cup, Champions Cup, and a friendly against a team that South Korea should have been beaten. Yeah. I'm not down in how cool he is as a person, though. I think it's going to be free for what I'm hearing. Agree with that. How we doing, Captain Falcon? I'd love to see Conte in MLS. I still think he has it. I still think Conte has it. I'd love to see him in MLS. I think he might, but he's 10 assists at league level, sure, but he's not. At least if he wasn't scoring, you want like 15, 17 assists at league level. You know, Pulled down, Surridge by Willardita. That's out for a throw, 39th minute. I'm 26. 26. Yellow card. I'm not that young and I'm not that old. I'm not in my 40s yet, but I'm not. English football is back this weekend, says Connor. League 2, I guess, like the EFL. I mean, you do have the friendlies, though. Chelsea just played Western Sydney yesterday. And they won, thankfully. That would have been embarrassing if they lost. João Pedro, why did he not go to the World Cup? They really thought Igor Thiago was better? What idiots. They needed João Pedro. Igor Thiago didn't even play but one game. And he was horrible in that Morocco game. I guarantee you João Pedro would have did much better. João Pedro would have scored multiple goals at the World Cup. I will tell you that right now. Oh, Carabao Cup's first round is next weekend. Yep. There we go. Well, yeah, that is EFL, though, so technically. Definitely no Prem teams yet. Playing forward. Ball crossed in. Header. Think League 2 and League 1. I don't think there's even any championship yet. Either way. I got to say, though, João Pedro should have been at the World Cup. Brazil made a definitely mistake not playing João Pedro or bringing him to the World Cup. Shot, goal! It's 3-1! 3-1 to MLS. It's Phillip from the Chicago Fire. 3-1. Good. Smart. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Doesn't surprise me at all. 3-1 to MLS. Chicago Fire is having a great season. What a run, too. Like, found a good place in the box. I love it. I love it. Boom. Perfect run, too. Towards the penalty spot. Rebound right to him. If you're a goalie, tend the goal. But it's scored. João Pedro is Brazilian. I wish he was Italian. We would have went to the World Cup. Nah, he's Brazilian, sadly. 42nd minute. 3-1 to the MLS. 3-1 de la MLS. Okay, I was worried for like 5 seconds, but we got back into it. Okay. But I wish João Pedro was Italian. We would have went to the World Cup. Nope, Brazilian. Acevedo, one of the Mexico rejects that keeps Ochoa employed every 4 years. Yeah. But his hair is amazing, though. Acevedo's hair is amazing, though. I don't know. That man must have tea tree oil shampoo and all that. His hair is so nice. It is, though. No joke. But I don't know why I went there, but it is, though. No joke. They tried to. Oh, yeah, they tried to before the Euros, but they wanted him for the Euros. I think that's what it was. Yeah, they wanted him for the Euros in 21, but his passport didn't come in quick enough, so they couldn't get in the papers for the Euros, and then he waited it out and chose Brazil because of that. Just imagine if they had João Pedro. from Euro 2021 on. We probably would have made both World Cups, if not at least this year's. Jesus Christ. They tried to. I think, yeah, they tried to, and it did not pan out. Oh, yeah. I wanted to forget about that. But I think, well, that makes sense. Clear the ball out. Says he represents. You sure you're not looking at the wrong João Pedro? We're talking about the Chelsea João Pedro. He made the switch to Brazil. The one was born in 2001, playing for Chelsea. There's no way. He's only played for Brazil. But I think he could have been. I think he could have been naturalized by Italy. Which I think I read some about that. There's 2 João Pedros. Well, there's multiple. There's also one that plays for Seattle. Or did play for Seattle. Or João Paulo, my bad. But there are multiple João Pedros, I guess. Yes, that was João Paulo, my bad. Either way, there are multiple. That's close. Oh, my bad. Either way, but there's one for Chelsea. The one we're talking about, the Chelsea one. We're talking about the one who plays for Chelsea. Matt Freese redeemed himself? No. 3 minutes of stoppage time. The one who played for Fluminense, Watford, Brighton, Chelsea. That João Pedro. The one who's only played for Brazil. Who's only 24 years old. Holy shit, he's younger than me. Ugh. Unless Wikipedia, but he's only played for Brazil. There's 2 of them. You're right. But I think I've read about the Chelsea one being able to be. I think he could have been naturalized by Italy, though. Or they tried to. If I'm correct. Or maybe somebody used the other one to just fake the story for, I don't know. I could have sworn I saw something like that, though. 47th minute. During the World Cup itself. Playing forward is MLS. Shot saved by Acevedo. They go wide. And Pablo Torres trying to set off more when it comes to Kawhi Leonard. Oh, my God. Did he? Ball crossed in, cleared away. And that's halftime. It's 3-1 to MLS. Son with a brace, Phillip with a goal. Gabriel opened the scoring. Luis Gabriel Rey opened the scoring. But MLS came back with a vengeance in the late part of the first half. We'll see what happens in the second. 3-1. Miro tiempo. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight, be back. If anybody wants to watch the halftime show performance, go right ahead. But, well, I might joke about it like I did at the World Cup once I come back down. But other than that, we'll take a short break. I'll be back. 3-1, 3-1, miro tiempo. Sit tight, be back. We're back for the stats at the half, and they're doing the halftime performance that nobody asked for, and even less in the World Cup. Either way, 12 shots to 6, 7 shots on goal to 4, 309 passes to 287. We got 89.6, 90% pass accuracy to 89% pass accuracy, 3 corners to 1, 3 crosses to 4, 1 offside to 2, 2 fouls to 7, 0 yellow cards to 1, and 0 red cards to 0, and there's no possession tab on the MLS stats and no stats on the FOTMob page, so we don't know what the possession looks like. Of course we don't. With that being said, I think MLS looked like garbage for the first 18 minutes of the first half. I thought Liga MX came out better. I think they came out stronger. I think they came out like the better team. MLS looked very weak comparatively in the first 15 to 20 or first 15 to 18 minutes of the match. Ray scores for Liga MX in the 9th minute. And that's the goal that they were going to always get if that's how it continued. Pushing forward. Weak defense for MLS. Very, very porous. But MLS starts getting forward and starts waking up, and they really start putting a heavy press and a heavy forward play on Liga MX. Son has a couple of chances before he scores to put it away, but he finally gets his goal from a wide shot that gets under the arm of Acevedo. Beautiful play by Carles Gil to lead to the second goal from Son, and a rebound right back to Phillip at the penalty spot so he could slot it home against Acevedo to get the third goal. And MLS got much better in the second half of the first half. 20 minutes on, especially very dominant from MLS. They looked much better at that moment. Even after their substitution set, they still started to figure it out and look very good at that moment. Getting forward and controlling the game from there. But we'll see. It's a little better now. I can't even hear it because my TV's muted because I'm doing this stream. So all I can see is the dance. And, I mean, it is good dancing, I guess. I mean, I'm not a judge on Dancing with the Stars. But either way, or so you think you can dance. There we go. Okay, maybe I do know ball a little bit. Either way. But either way, I know more about football than dancing. So I'll leave my opinions to the football. Either way, waiting for the second half to start. I don't know. Italy's a damn disaster. The FIGC and the men's national team's a disaster. I didn't want Mancini back, but he won us the Euros, but I didn't want him back. But this is just a disaster, that's all. Pretty much. Ranieri's old as... He's very old. But at least he took a job being the technical director, I guess. See what that does. Yeah, I know. Infantino trying to sell out to private equity. Canada versus Honduras U20 now. Yep, that's on right now as well. We'll keep an eye on it. Actually, yeah, might as well. And Central American Cup. 2-0 to Saprissa as well. Canada 0-0 between Honduras and them. And Honduras has more. Okay. Okay, McKenzie's back in. Good. Shola Jimo's on the bench. Thank God. It says Shola Jimo's on the bench for Canada. Okay, that's good. He's not out of the tournament. He was just out of that last game. I guess. I don't think Fatma would have him on the bench if he wasn't really on the bench. Either way. That's the end of the... No, there's still more in the halftime show. Honduras is worse now, too. I'm getting you got served vibes. We talking about, like, when you say you got served, we talk about the South Park episode, or do you see Canada taking Marcelo Flores to the Olympics? Well, they can take 3 over 23 players. Depends on what he does at the Gold Cup or Copa America that year. We'll see. Possible. MLS All-Star without Messi and Suarez is just not the same. Okay, Suarez is not an All-Star nowadays, but Messi, sure. Movie, oh, okay. I was thinking Stomp the Yard, but okay. I was thinking Stomp the Yard, but okay. It does kind of look like a step show, though, yeah. Watchalong, well, I mean, I guess it ironically is a step show, but, you know, kind of looks like a step show. Well, Chelsea and Tottenham best transfer window so far. I'll agree with that. Interesting. Well, I think when I saw College Park up there on the freaking Titan Minitron up there, banner, she might be from Atlanta. It looked like Atlanta suburbs, names of Atlanta suburbs running around the banner screen there. I think she might be from Atlanta, Ciara. I think she might be from Atlanta. Maybe. Somebody check. If she's from Atlanta, well, that would make sense. College Park and all that would make sense if she's from Atlanta and they had all that. I'm going to look this up now. You got me wondering. I mean, well, there's other places. But everybody, when you say College Park, people think Georgia, Atlanta. Now you got me wondering. Fort Hood. Fort Hood, Georgia, or Fort Hood, Texas. Origin, Atlanta, Georgia, musical career. So she moved to Atlanta at some point. Early life, that would help. Army brat, okay. Army brat. Grew up in Georgia, New York, Utah. Family settled in College Park, Georgia, near Atlanta. She went to high school in Atlanta. Okay. So Atlanta. Born in Texas, but settled in Atlanta and grew up in Atlanta. So College Park. Yeah, there we go. I guess she felt more pulled to that than Texas. But either way. Yeah. I guess sometimes people are more pulled to where they were born, and sometimes people are more pulled to where they're grown up. Me, more pulled to where I was born and where I want to be, and not where I grew up. Her, more pulled to where she grew up. Honestly, I'll agree with that. Why did TFC sign a defensive midfielder from Germany? They need an offensive midfielder. Because MLSE, I don't know. I mean, we have the number 10. We're stuck with Jordy. We're stuck with him. So, should we have signed a more offensive box-to-box number 8? Yeah. But having a dual pivot with one number 10 sort of doesn't really make any sense. Especially if you're running a 4-3-3, and especially if you're not doing the positional rotation that a swashbuckling football guy would be doing. So, 5 minutes to kick off the second half. Please tell me they're kidding. Please tell me that's just a shot. Nope, it looks like, yep, there is 5 minutes to second half. Great. Okay. So I don't exactly get it. I know. Basically, MLSE is just dumb. We'll just go with that. Easiest answer is the most obvious. 27th minute, 0-0 between Canada and Honduras. Liverpool 1-0 over Wrexham. Not bad. Top performance. Son, 2 goals, 2.4 miles covered, 26 touches. Okay, that sounds good. (3-1) and the second half about to start. Jansen will wear 14 for Portland. CONCACAF U20 would have got better crowds in Canada. Yeah, but honestly, I don't even think they're thinking about crowds when it comes to the U20 championship, comparatively. I don't think they are. And let's look at the post. Let's see. 38% both matches, 46% to Canada, Jamaica U20, 16% St. Louis RSL. So I mean, I guess if I add together both matches in St. Louis City versus RSL, it still has more percentage than Canada, Jamaica by itself. 38% plus 16% is 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So 54 to 46. So you know what? If you look at it like that, screw it. I will do both matches on Saturday. I will do both the St. Louis City match and the Canada-Jamaica match. I'll do both. Because if you think about it, Canada-Jamaica itself only has 46% vote. St. Louis City, plus both matches, has more percentage of the vote than just the Canada by itself. So there's a group of people that want to see the St. Louis match. There's a group of people that want to see both. And I'm able to do both because of the timing of it. You add together St. Louis and both, that still has more votes than Canada, just by itself. So, okay, fine. I will do both matches. I will do both matches on that Saturday. Nice. So, we'll do both. With that being said, we'll watch the second half of this game, review it once it's over. We got 2 games tomorrow, being 2 Central American Cup games. Herediano and Marathon Municipal Cartagenas. So it's Group C in the CONCACAF U20, the group of death. It's probably the most even group, yeah. So I guess so. Second half, here we go. Rondon is on. Jackson Reagan is on. Anders Dreyer is on. Pep Beal is on. Nahar is still on. Arfston is on. Evander is on. I don't think they've made every sub, but they damn near have. Liga MX about to get going. Iker Fimbres came on with the MLS subs in the 35th minute, but they still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 subs to make. Rondon. Moreno is on for the second half. Charlie Rodriguez is on. Rondon is on. I think they made most of their subs. I forgot this was going on. Cabecito went back to his boyhood club in Uruguay. Makes sense. And we're off. Second half, here we go. 3-1, 3-1. 45th minute. Here we go. Mexico playing the ball around the back. All right. So Daniel Muni is on. Jackson Reagan is on. Evander is on. Max Arfston is on. Anders Dreyer is on. Rondon Moreno are on. Charlie Rodriguez is on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There will be 6 subs for MLS in the second half at some point in the second half. There will be a couple of subs for Mexico as well, I think. Most players are on by now, considering there were players that chose not to play. But so I'd say around the 60th minute, we'll have a final set of subs. Playing forward. Free kick for Liga MX. .36 minute. Both teams have 3 shots in the Canada game. So, okay. Lira is off for Gorehan. Pereira on for Dita. Campos on for Gallardo. Moreno on for Acevedo. Rondon on. Charlie Rodriguez came on too. Either way. .47th minute. Good. Sounds good, Isaiah. 46% possession. Playing forward. I know, I heard. Phillip off for Dreyer, Mukhtar off for Evander, Tim Ream off for Jackson Reagan, save. Muni on and Arfston on. There are 6 players left to be subbed on per team. And Charlie Rodriguez, okay, 5 to be subbed on for Liga MX, 6 to be subbed on for MLS. So that'll happen around the 60th minute. They'll all be subbed on and they'll play. Winner of this match gets the Leagues Cup trophy and a berth in the Champs Cup, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Sure, why not? This one counts. No, but seriously, this one should count. The winner of this game earns the final of the Leagues Cup. If MLS wins the All-Star Game, the final should be hosted in the U.S. or Canada. If there's only one team in MLS in the final, that country, if it is a Canadian team, should host the final. If it's an American team, should host the final. If it's both MLS teams, the higher ranked team in the tournament should host the final. If it's in Mexico, it still should be hosted at a neutral site in the USA. If it's a dual Liga MX versus Liga MX final. If Liga MX wins the All-Star Game, the one Liga MX team should host the final. If it's a Liga MX versus Liga MX, higher ranked team hosts. If it's MLS versus MLS, it should still be hosted in Mexico in a neutral side. Probably Azteca. Either way, that's what should happen. This All-Star Game should count. Rondon pushed off the ball, shot, save, grab it. Schweik picks it up, 50th minute. That's what should happen. I've said this for years. This one counts. Tolman's just running his mouth. I mean, fair enough, but you should rip everybody on Cincinnati a new asshole then. They all ghost in big games. They all do. I don't know why that matters, Twelman. Right now, it doesn't matter. It's an all-star game. He's just going to start running his mouth, ain't he? Well, that's Taylor Twelman for you. Who are we kidding? He's just going to start running his mouth because that's what he does. But if you're going to shit on him, you shit on all the Cincinnati players. Well, he only played one with Portland. He ghosted. Then he asked out. Then he's ghosted in every playoff game for Cincinnati, and Champions Cup game, really. Every big game for Cincinnati, but that's just Cincinnati in general. I can't go off one playoff game on a different team. Oh, God, they're doing the wave. I can't go off one. I'm going to blame it more on Cincinnati than him, to be honest. '52nd minute. Evander goes to that one where Portland's doing it with Cincinnati. But again, I can hold the Portland one against him, but there's only one Portland playoff game compared to like multiple with Cincinnati, where Cincinnati is just ghosted. Yeah, I saw that too. Remember, if you don't remember, always say, I know what fragging is, and I'm not afraid to do it. What's the worst that could happen? They certainly ain't going to send you if you do that. Well, at least you won't be sent to it on if you do that. I don't think they legally can send you to prison if you do that. Especially if it's a at the recruit depot interview. But then again, knowing this regime, yeah, you might still, either way, you might still be thrown into the pokey for that one. Either way, 54th minute, if it comes to that. Shot, goal, and Rondon scores. It's 3-2. 3-2 to Liga MX taking one back. Solomon Rondon. Honestly, that one was coming. Liga MX has looked better in this second half so far. 55th minute. 3-2, 3-2. 3-2. Dang, that Rondon. Are the men that refuse to defect and join in on the genocide or unjust war still considered heroes? The people who fight in this war, drafted or not, no, they're not. The people who choose not to fight in this war are the heroes. The people who put their asses on the line to not fight in this war, whether they dodge or whether they just say fragging or whatever, or actually do frag, those are the heroes. This is an unjust war. It's an unjust war. Or if the people who were or dodging fighting a civil war because they don't want to fight in an unjust war, those are the heroes. The people who fight in this unjust war, drafted or not, I'm sorry, I can't. No. They are the baddies, in my opinion. They are the baddies, in my opinion. Either way. And I've always been against a draft. I've always been against imperialist wars. This is not something new. I've always been against this. Playing forward, shot blocked away. This is nothing new for me. This is the same thing I've been saying 10 years ago and longer than that. Ruiz coming on for Liga MX. Well, it depends on what war they fought in, but if they're fighting in this one, Fimbres off for Ruiz. If that's what you want to do, do it. If they're World War II veterans, World War I, well, World War I veterans are probably dead by now. I wouldn't, but hell, if you want to say that to, I wouldn't say it even to a Vietnam veteran, but once you get past like Desert Storm, then if you want to, that's on you. That's on you. Certainly this war itself. I can see where you're coming from. I wouldn't do it for any other war, even if it was Iraq or Afghanistan. But if that's what you want to do, shot 4-2! 4-2 to MLS. Evander scores. Well, at least he scored an All-Star game. 4-2 to Evander. Well, this is just about to get weird, isn't it? '58th minute. 4-2. 4-2. He showed up in the All-Star game before he did the playoffs. That's true. No. I was never interested, but nice build-up play. Very good build-up play. I agree. Just beats Moreno. What a shot. What a shot by Evander 2 in traffic. 59th minute. 58th, 59th. So, you know. So that's what? No. I was not looking to learn Cantonese or Mandarin. I said I know Japanese. I said John Cena knows Mandarin. I know Japanese. As a difference. I'm not looking to learn Cantonese or Mandarin or Hangul or Korean. I'm not looking to learn any of that. Halftime 0-0 between Canada and Honduras. Vogel on for Bruno. Playing forward is MLS. That'll be cleared away, though. I was using more of a, hey, this is the comparison here. Liga MX playing forward. Oh, here's a chance. Saved! Saved by Schweik. It's out for a corner. 60th minute. Corner. Corner. Looks like the referee is going to ball crossed in, 62 minutes. Header. VAR at the All-Star Game. Well, I think it's been like that for the past couple of years, I think. At least since, was it in 2017-18? I don't think so. I think the first All-Star Game back from COVID, yeah, they did have VAR. I think. Maybe I'm missing some. Gozo coming on for MLS. They're making all their subs that are left. Crepeau, Gozo, Kubas, Muller, Musa, and Lorea. Richie. 62nd minute. There they are. Crepeau. Oh, there's only one sub left to make for Mexico. That's Castaneda. They did make all their subs. Or did they save Richie and Musa for the last when they do make that Castaneda sub? I guess. I don't know. I hope. Schweik, Westwood, Beal, Guilherme are off for Crepeau, Kubas, Muller, and Gozo. Richie and Musa still on the bench, and Castaneda still on the bench. Please tell me they come on. I guess when Castaneda comes on, Richie and Musa are going to come on. I guess. One Mexican player left to be put on, and 2 players for MLS left to be put on. Since last year, Liga MX is not good enough to win MLS. We win 2 times in a row now. I want more strong opponent team, like playing against MLS. Did you see what happened when they played Arsenal? That wasn't even a title-winning Arsenal. I don't think you want that. Playing forward, 4-2. MLS leads. But shot, save. Crepeau covers. Big save, Crepeau. Yes, it was. We'll review this game once it's over within the hour. Most goals since the 2010 All-Star Game tonight. MLS versus Arsenal might be a good match. We saw this 3 years ago when it was garbage. So I don't see how. I mean, MLS has gotten better, but Arsenal's also gotten better. Now, will they score 5 goals like last time? Probably not. Because of the way they play now. I don't think Arsenal would win 5-0 again. Panamas has the second most saves this season in MLS. Yeah, that tracks. Either way, do I think that Arsenal would score 5 goals again? No, because they don't play like they do back in 2023. They play more defensively. Even against the MLS team, they'd still make the MLS team look much better because they're going to try to make the MLS team break them down, which I think they can do comparatively to some of the lower level English sides or lower table English sides. I actually kind of like Oh, what a tackle. Saved by Crepeau. And it's a penalty. Penalty para Liga MX. 66th minute. We might get a penalty shootout, guys. We might get a penalty shootout. You thought we wouldn't. We might. We may get a 5-4 winner. Either way. Hope Crepeau stops bouncing around MLS, man. He's way better than this. I'd love to see him in Europe. Penalty for Liga MX. Explain to me. MLS versus Barcelona, because that would be more embarrassing. Well, yeah, no, that would be embarrassing. And it's going to be for Liga MX. Javier Ruiz of Toluca. Or Necaxa, my bad. Necaxa. He was, yeah. Necaxa, my bad. I was thinking red team. Crepeau versus Ruiz to take it within 1. Are they going to VAR? They're going to VAR. They're checking it. They're going to VAR. I mean, I don't exactly see it, but I don't exactly see it. It looks more like follow through to me, and he gets the ball. Or is this red card? I mean, that would be double jeopardy if this is still a penalty. So, here's the thing. As I said, if we're going to keep playing Liga MX in the All-Star Game, it should count and decide who plays where the League's Cup Final is hosted. Whatever league wins, that's where the League's Cup Final will be hosted in that country. That's what I always have said. I've said that for years, since we're playing it right before the League's Cup. But if we're not going to make it count, I'd rather... I don't know about European team, but maybe let's start with like a Brazilian team or something. Or maybe get our get back against a shittier, more defensive Arsenal. I can't say shittier, but a more defensive Arsenal. No penalty is the decision. No penalty. No penalty. So, I agree with you. It's not a penalty. No penalty. They got the ball, and it looks like there was more of a dive there. Jackson Reagan did not give away the penalty, and it's a goal kick for Crepeau. So MLS gets away with that one. 69th minute. They will have a water break shortly when I think the final 3 subs will be made during that water break. Bad giveaway. So, in my theory, again, if it needs to stay MLS Liga MX, I'm sure the League's Cup will stay in the summer because of the way the regional qualification tournaments do for CONCACAF. I'm sure we'll stay in the summer. And they'll find a way to get it played in the summer. I'm sure it'll stay that way. So if we do the All-Star Game as a season opening, or the final weekend of the off-season, we have the All-Star Game, and we do Liga MX MLS, honoring the All-Stars of the past season. What we can do, we can make it count. This one counts. The winner of the All-Star Game, that country or set of countries, can host the League's Cup Final. As I said, if MLS wins, and it's 2 MLS teams playing each other in the League's Cup Final, the higher-ranked team gets the final. If it's MLS versus Liga MX Final, the country and city of the team who makes the final out of MLS hosts the final. If it is a Liga MX final when MLS wins the League's Cup, a neutral city in the USA or Canada, probably USA, will host the final. Probably LA or Miami. Which they'll probably have plans for that in the worst case scenario. If Liga MX wins the All-Star Game, Mexico will host the All-Star Game. If it's a Liga MX versus Liga MX final, higher-ranked side of the past season would host the final. Same rule. If it's Liga MX versus MLS, Liga MX team hosts the final. If it's MLS versus MLS, they'll have to go to the Azteca or something like that to play the Leagues Cup final. That's what should happen. And I've said that for years. Richie Laryea coming in for Nahar and Petar Musa coming in for Surridge. And Mexico has one sub left to make, and I don't know if they'll make it. Liga MX has a sub left to make, and I don't know if they'll make it. But everybody's been subbed on for the MLS. But either way, MLS are really lagging to win CONCACAF against Liga MX team, though. I need to see Richie get an assist or something. Richie! Let's go. Let's go. Save the best for last, eh? Come on. Makes a pass. Okay, we saw Richie have a touch and make a good pass. Let's go. One sub left to be made, and that is Kevin Castaneda. That would suck if he doesn't play. Come on, Turco. Put him on. 72nd minute. Plays forward. Blocked away. Stolen. I'd say Liga MX is slightly better in the second half, but MLS looks a little bit more shaky. 72nd minute. Playing forward. Oh, God. Bad giveaway. Playing forward. 73rd minute. I know Son had 2 goals. I kind of want to say Carles Gil was man of the match, though. That assist on the second, I mean, he got 2 assists on both goals, both Son goals. But that second assist was amazing. Like, that second assist made the goal. Let's be real. Like, if that assist doesn't happen, that ain't no goal. Playing forward. Going down the pitch. Plays through. Good. In through. Cross. Not where it needed to be and right to Moreno. Offside. 74th minute. This game's going to go to like 9:30. If there's a freaking penalty shootout. Thanks to the freaking 15-minute pregame. Playing forward. Playing forward. Good steal. Go, 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 go. To Petar Musa. Muller does not get the ball at his feet. Interesting. '75th minute. 75 of 90. Playing forward. Ball crossed out. Good job, Richie. Let's go. What a play, Richie. That's what I'm talking about. Good tackle by Richie Laryea to make sure that doesn't become a goal. Richie. 76th minute. Shot wide, goal kick. Water break. I'm guessing Mexico will make their last sub here. $76 minutes, 74 for 4-2. 4-2. 4-2. Liga MX líder. $77th minute. $78th minute. Reagan's been getting burnt. Dude's been ass. At least yeah, Richie Larea did save his ass there. Richie! Is Reagan getting washed? He can't be. He's not that old. Jackson Reagan might be washed now. 27 years old. Okay, he's kind of getting there. Either way, 78th minute. He should still be in his prime. What do you mean washed? '79th minute. 11 minutes to go. That's good. Hopefully Marty continues that for Kamal. Hopefully. I don't think it'll continue with Canada because he has to make his game complex again. My thoughts? Kawhi Leonard, Colin Murray Bulls, and Scotty Barnes will destroy LeBron and Joel Embiid. The Raptors, Kawhi Leonard will make Joel Embiid cry again in the frickin' tunnels at Scotiabank Arena, Air Canada Center again. And LeBron will be crying with him. That's my thoughts. The only thing that could save LeBron's ring is Pablo Torre being a jackass. Saved. And Adam Silver being a shitty commissioner. Pablo Torre is the only thing that can save LeBron's 5th ring. If Pablo Torre don't come through and Adam Silver being a shitty commissioner don't come through, he ain't getting that 5th ring because Kawhi Leonard's going to make sure he can. Because there's one thing Kawhi loves to do. That's slay LeBron and make Joel Embiid cry. The more things change, the more things stay the same. You better pray to God Pablo Torre's work ends up getting Kawhi suspended for a year or the freaking contract nullified. You better pray. That Adam Silver's being a shitty commissioner because he wants to screw us and not Ballmer. And you better pray that Pablo Torre's bullshit. You better pray. 81st minute. Dude, why does Pablo Torre have to pop back up and start adding more shit to the fire? Seriously. They're already investigating it. $82 minutes. We'll see. 82 minutes. You know, it may be amazing, but Kawhi's your kryptonite. You know this. 82nd minute. How's it not a super team? I mean, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, and LeBron James and Tyrese Maxey sounds like a super team to me. And VJ Edgecombe, for that matter. It sounds like a super team to me. $83rd minute. Unless you're making super team out to be a derogatory term, and I'm just making it out to be what it is. Because I guess you could call, when you say the word super team, it's a team that has a lot of great players. I guess the derogatory way of saying super team is a team that has like 3 or 4 great players on it, but it on paper should be great, but it never is. But in my book, a super team is a team that has 3 or 4 or 5 great, maybe even more, players that's in their starting 5 or even their 6th man. And nothing about if they fail or not. Yeah, but LeBron was in his prime in 2014. Yeah, but Kawhi is the Heat's kryptonite. He's Steph Curry's kryptonite. He's Embiid's kryptonite. He's just a kryptonite. Kawhi Leonard is just the kryptonite of all super teams. It ain't just LeBron. He's the kryptonite of the Heat, Warriors, Embiid, which that Philly team was a super team. I'm just saying. Playing forward. Nil-nil, still Canada, Honduras. Okay, whatever that was. Probably, if there's 64 teams. 1-0 now. Let's go. 1-0 for Canada. Lucas Lima assist by Fotzing. 1-0. I just need the win. I just need the win. It's still 4-2, 86th minute. The Canada game, 2-1 Surprise over Umessit. No, it's the Parley jersey from 2021 when everybody had a blue jersey. Propose an impenetrable wall for Liga MX. It's the Parley jersey from 2022 when everybody had a blue jersey of some sort. Shot over the bar. Unfortunately, TFC had to wear blue. See, there's no black on the jersey, though. It's teal and gray and white. Yep. I liked them, though. I liked them all. I miss them. I know they were just greenwashing, and I mean, I have one of them, but I loved them all. Like, 2023 was the last time they did them, I think. At least in game. I loved every one that Toronto wore. Okay, the white ones with like the amber peach numbering looked like shit. But Toronto wore like the bluish purple ones with the red numbering. Oh, I love those. That was 2022. I loved those. It looked like Toronto Raptors colors, or 90s Toronto Raptors colors. I wish I could find one of those. I loved the black and white ones from the game where they got absolutely manhandled by the Dynamo, and it was really just TFC2 and Loneys. Mitch Tainter, everybody. Used to play for TFC2, left. I think went to Sacramento and got loaned back for that one game. Mariano Mino, everybody. Yeah, I also love the 2019 Parley kits that had like the teal with the black instead of the black and white. Love those. 2020, there weren't any, I don't think. 2021 was this one. 2022 was the purple and red. Yeah, he got suspended, didn't he? I guess they don't care anymore, MLS. Playing forward. I guess they don't care about greenwashing anymore. I do not want Michael Bradley returning. I do not want him. He sucks at Red Bull. They're garbage. Well, they started hot, but really they're garbage. Bob sucks as a manager, and his son sucks too. And besides, the way that ended, it's going to take a while for Toronto to honestly want Michael back to coach the team. That ended pretty badly. So, no, I don't want him. Thank you for the trophies, and thank you for being captain when we won trophies, and then bringing your damn father over just to ruin everything. Yeah, thank you. We don't want... Thank you for the trophies. Over the top, headed away. Stay with the Red Bulls. Or just be a shit coach and then not be a coach again. D-Rose should become coach. Assistant coach? Sure. Manager? Probably not, but I'd gladly love to see D-Rowe be an assistant coach. I'd love to see that. I don't know if he should be the manager. But 6 minutes of stoppage time. But assistant coach? I mean, it's crazy. I'm leaving it alone. Shot, goal! It's 4-3! Liga MX brings it within one. Paradella on the volley. And we got 6 minutes for MLS to hold on before a shootout. Jose Paradella of Cruz Azul. Cuatro tres. Ball crossed in at the penalty spot. Perfect volley. It's Crepeau right now, by the way. Can they hold on, or are we going to penalties? What a goal fest. 7-goal thriller. Can't blame Crepeau on that one. No, that was just a good cross and a good volley. Can't get mad at it. 5 minutes to go. MLS have to hold on or score another to not go to penalties. Mueller doesn't get there. Yeah. I still prefer stating the Raptors are good, but, you know. I still prefer Mississippi State and the Raptors are good, but, you know. and the 905 are good, and the tempo are good. But, you know, yeah, I enjoy basketball as a whole again because the Raptors are going to be good. And Ruiz plays it through. Here's a chance. Shot. Panadella, open net. Crepeau plays backwards. Covered. Oh, my God. MLS is choking. Wow, what a game so far. 4 minutes to go. And MLS, I don't know if they will hold on to an outright win. I don't know if they will. That's out for a throw-in for Liga MX. What a recovery. Speaking of special jerseys, I really want the MLS All-Star jersey with Larea on it. How are Miami getting away with signing all these players? Shot over the bar. It's called MLS lets it happen because they want these big players in the league. And Messi is on a team, and they want that team to be the best. It's the same way that the Galaxy got to break all the rules back when Beckham was there. Same way. Same way. I mean, at least MLS is getting seen by people, even if it's the mistakes. I guess it's something. I don't know. I guess it's something. 1-1 now. Damn. The Canada game is 1-1 at the U20 Championship. Martinez scored in the 64th minute. Richard Martinez. Honestly, that's what happens when we need Shola Gimo. I don't care. Bring him on. 93rd minute. It says he's on the bench. Bring him on. Pro Rel should happen in America and Mexico, but it's not being brought back. At least not MLS and Liga MX. It's not going to happen. They killed it in Mexico. Wrong decision. I hate it. I hate it. They should bring it back. Canada from League One to, well, I mean, I'm not watching the game, so the Canada game, I mean, I'm only seeing the score, so I can't really tell you much. They did well against Panama, but I guess, let me guess, the Jesse Marsh special. They're getting the ball forward, but they can't finish. What a chip. Different goalie today, though. Server from Celta de Vigo. Honestly, is the defensive mid. TFC signed a DP for the first 6 months. Yeah, they could buy him down before next season, but for the rest of the season, yes, he is. They could buy him down to TAM before next season. Hey, the last time they had a DP center mid, guess who that was? Michael Bradley, center defensive mid. It was Michael Bradley, and that worked. So all your DPs should be attackers, sure, in theory, but it worked for TFC before. 95th minute. LAFC Tigres 2020 was awesome. I agree. Yellow card for Fotzing in the Canada game, 67th minute. Canada draws, they have to beat Jamaica. Canada wins, all they have to do is draw on Saturday. Sadly enough. Free kick for Crepeau. Nope. They've already taken him down. They've already taken him down. Good news is you'll be able to see the Ferris wheel during the CNE. As is normal. Good header by Richie. Good job. 95-42. Drop ball. I mean, they did, but 95-55. It's hard to follow the blueprint when you have caps. And some front offices are just dumb. Phil Neville could be the new head coach. I hope to God, no. No. Full time. It's 4-3 to MLS. We'll take it. 4-3 esta noche. MLS ganador de la Partido de las Superestrellas. They got the win. Sporter 3. Woo! They almost blew it. Well, he did, yeah. Call the Pirate. Call the Pirate. Yes. If Toronto gonna hire a new manager, Phil Neville is just as bad as Reynaldo Rueda. He's just as bad as any other jackass they could hire. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a better chance to attack because they'll be more open. Either way, yeah, no, Phil Neville, Rueda, interim. Why would they think Phil Neville's a good manager? I mean, MLSE is dumb, but I don't know if they're that dumb. Besides, hell, I think they might just stick with Fraser. But Phil Neville. Then again, Phil Neville's called, what, 2 straight Toronto games on MLS Season Pass? Apple TV? Don't tell me that means anything. Don't tell me. Jesus Christ. Don't tell me that means anything. I hope Apple's the one who sent him. Not. It's like, hey, well, since you're here. I'm on B. Point is, the only people, we'll call the Pirate, but if it can't be that, the only people I endorse, Bobby Smirniotis. Damn it. Well, Gio Savarese would have been one, but he's gone. He's in Australia now. Bobby Smirniotis. And, well, that's, yeah. Who else am I thinking of? I'm forgetting somebody. Well, Guillermo Almada, he doesn't have a job. I'll endorse him, sure, but not like I would Bobby Smirniotis. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Basically, Bobby Smirniotis. With that being said, but, call the Pirate. Canada choking, too many injuries. Let me guess. Let's see what's going on over there. Still 1-1. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Hit that hi button. Put this up in the algorithm. Hit that join button. Become a member. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. And tomorrow, we got the Herediano Marathon match. And Municipal and Cartagenas in the Central American Cup. 2 lives and 1 review, that being the Cartagenas Municipal match. With that being said, the review for that, but 2 lives and 1 review. But I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.